indeed prevented him from enjoying the common sports, and he once pleasantly remarked to me how wonderfully well he had contrived to be idle without them. After having resided for some time at the house of his uncle, Cornelius Ford, Johnson was, at the age of 15, removed to the school of Stourbridge in Worcestershire, of which Mr. Wentworth was then master. He remained at Stourbridge little more than a year, and then returned home, where he may be said to have loitered in a state very unworthy his uncommon abilities. The 2 years which he spent at home he passed in what he thought idleness, and was scolded by his father for his want of steady application. What he read during these 2 years, he told me, was not works of mere amusement. Not voyages and travels, but all literature, sir. All ancient writers, all manly, though but little Greek, only some of Anacreon and Hesiod. But in this irregular manner I had looked into a great many books, which were not commonly known at the universities, where they seldom read any books but what are put into their hands by the tutors. So that when I came to Oxford, Dr. Adams, now master of Pembroke College, told me I was the best qualified for the university that he had ever known come there. The morbid melancholy which was lurking in his constitution, and to which we may ascribe those particularities and that aversion to regular life which at a very early period marked his character, gathered such strength in his 20th year as to afflict him in a dreadful manner. While he was at Lichfield in the college vacation of the year 1729, he felt himself overwhelmed with an horrible hypochondria, with perpetual irritation, fretfulness, and impatience, and with a dejection, gloom, and despair which made existence misery. From this dismal malady he never afterwards was perfectly relieved, and all his labours and all his enjoyments were but temporary interruptions of its baleful influence. Dr. Adams told me that Johnson, while he was at Pembroke College, was caressed and loved by all about him, was a gay and frolicsome fellow, and passed there the happiest part of his life. But this is a striking proof of the fallacy of appearances, and how little any of us know of the real internal state even of those whom we see most frequently. For the truth is that he was then depressed by poverty and irritated by disease. When I mentioned to him this account as given me by Dr. Adams, he said, "Ah, sir, I was mad and violent. It was bitterness which they mistook for frolic. I was miserably poor, and I thought to fight my way by my literature and my wit. So I disregarded all power and all authority." His debts in college, though not great, were increasing, and his scanty remittances from Lichfield, which had all along been made with great difficulty, could be supplied no longer, his father having fallen into a state of insolvency. Compelled, therefore, by irresistible necessity, he left the college in autumn 1731, without a degree, having been a member of it little more than 3 years. And now, I had almost said, poor Samuel Johnson returned to his native city, destitute, and not knowing how he should gain even a decent livelihood. In the December of this year, his father died. In the forlorn state of his circumstances, he accepted of an offer to be employed as usher in the school of Market Bosworth in Leicestershire, to which it appears from one of his little fragments of a diary that he went on foot on the 16th of July. This employment was very irksome to him in every respect. His general aversion to this painful drudgery was greatly enhanced by a disagreement between him and Sir Wolston Dixie, the patron of the school, in whose house I have been told he officiated as a kind of domestic chaplain, so far at least as to say grace at table, but was treated with what he represented as intolerable harshness, and after suffering for a few months such complicated misery, he relinquished a situation which all his life afterwards he recollected with the strongest aversion, and even a degree of horror. He returned to Lichfield early in 1734. Johnson had, from his early youth, been sensible to the influence of female charms. In a man whom religious education has secured from licentious indulgences, the passion of love, when once it has seized him, is exceedingly strong, being unimpaired by dissipation and totally concentrated in one object. This was experienced by Johnson.